Right, so Team Dakshit, I really appreciate your team. I appreciate all the members for coming ahead of the session timing. I was seeing the video that you people have posted, and 10 minutes ahead of the class, you people were discussing, and I was also joining the call, and I saw you discussing. I really appreciate that, and you will get bonus for that. Good job, Team Dakshit.
Well done, Team Dakshit Anna.
Thank you, sir.
Well
Thank
done,
you,
team
sir.
Thank you,
Dakshit.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dakshit.
So, which team is going to take part as the first presentation? Because I think Team Dakshit deserves it because they have been spearheading themselves and garnishing themselves to get prepared for making the presentation. And they also mentioned that they need 6 minutes. So we will see Team Dakshit making the presentation on round number 2. Remember, the difference between Team Dakshit and Team Balaji is just 5 marks. Just 5 marks. Yes, I'm going to add the bonus and all that which I have mentioned, but all that after the presentations only. So let's go. So Team Dakshit, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the time is going to start. I'll keep the time. So you have promised for 6 minutes. So I'll set the timer. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to restrict yourself within 6 minutes. If you want to take extra time, you can very well do that. That applies for Team Balaji also.
Sir, but if we take extra time, is it going to slash our marks?
No, no, no. No, if the story or if the presentation is very much depthful, what was the timing that you promised yesterday?
Sir, we said we would like to take 6 minutes, sir. And in the yesterday's discussion itself, we decided each would take 80 seconds, sir, for speaking.
Okay, so maybe 7 minutes, but not beyond that.
Okay, sir.
7 to 7:30 shall be allowed, but not beyond that.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Lakshit, are you ready? Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
All right, make sure the team gives good presentation than the first round. Progress and improvisation is always what I'm looking for. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, friends. So, this is my team, and I'm Dakshit, and this is my team. We are going to present a story which is crafted by our friend Sibi Adityan. Okay. Once there were two young emerging players who were spoken by many magazines cause they were brothers, and the elder one was a footballer and the younger one was a cricketer. But unfortunately, they did not take part in any district or state level matches because of the internal politics in the sports, which made them and which led them in a bad way, which is to be continued by Mridu Bhash.
So I would like to continue on this story. So on one day on the way of their home, they saw a rich lady, and she has a handbag, and they thought the handbag would be full of money and all. So they wear a mask, and the younger one take a balloon for distracting her, and they as they planned, they got her handbag and ran away from there, and continued by Vishnupriya.
Speak. Vishnupriya, if you're speaking, we are not hearing you.
Sir, can you hear me now, sir?
With a lot of distractions.
1 second, sir. Now, sir?
Yeah, manageable. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So now I'm going to carry on with my part. So the two brothers, they searched for the money in the bag that they have been got from the lady, but unfortunately they only got a marker and a book and some and a bottle. So they got very disappointed by seeing these three in the bag instead of money. They went back home with they went back home very disappointed. and they saw a rat eating their millets and grains that they had for the lunch that they had, and they were very disappointed. Now CB would continue.
So, good evening, friends. I like to continue this story. The next day, before they woke up, police were at their home, so ran from them. But the police caught the younger brother. Continued by Ashwit Ramananda.
So I like to continue the rest of the story, including the conclusion. So the younger brother had been captured by the police, one of the police officers, for a minute, and he managed to escape by blinding him by throwing some mud in the face, and then he ran, and the chase was going really bad. uh, in the chase, suddenly they did not notice a car was raging towards them, and then they was uh, they was afraid and do not know how what to do, and they was stood like statue in great fear. And then the old lady who earlier held who they robbed, help him by pulling him, and then calmed him down. And then they asked, why did you help us even though we made a bad mistake to you? So she said that do good. She ended her speech by saying, do good to your enemies. So continued by Dakshinana, who would like to say the conclusion. Thank
So
you.
the moral of the story is do good to your enemies. That is this unfortunate act by the old lady have saved those brothers to change themselves and lead a meaningful life. That they did not expect that old lady would save them from this accident. So yes, sir. This is.
Good job, people. 5:28 is the total time by Team Dakshit. Sivyadityan, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm so happy with your improvement. I really appreciate you. Good job.
Super,
Well
Sibi,
done,
very well
Sibi.
done.
Super CB.
Good job, Sibi.
Very well.
Very well done.
Sir, and the story was Sibi's part, sir. He gave the whole story, sir.
Yes, I got that. You said that in the beginning of the story itself. And I also listened to the team discussion. He was very active. He said, I have an idea. So, when compared to Hafiz, I think Sibi will have a very good, fortunate flashing in the credit rating system. Good improvement.
Super, Sibi.
Good job, Sibi. Very well done.
Very well done, Subi.
Super CB.
Okay,
Thank you, ma'am.
right. So, the team entitles a bonus for their prelude discussion. And now, Dakshit, you can put it in the chat. Team Dakshit, round 2, 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Put up in the chat. So now we are positioning ourselves for Team Balaji's presentation. Yes, Team Balaji also wanted to have a prelude discussion, but then Kalpita had mentioned that we have discussed already. So if you have got any other additional points, we shall discuss, which clearly means that they also had been having the forcible attitude of having a prelude discussion, which is not going to eliminate them So that intent was there, and just because they made a fulfilled discussion yesterday, they did not have a discussion.
Yes, sir.
But that doesn't mean that they did not take a venture. So, any case, now Team Balaji is going to be the next presenters of round number 2.
Okay, sir.
Are you ready, Team Balaji?
Sir,
All
1
the
minute,
best,
sir.
Team Balaji Anna.
That sequence is correct, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
All the best, Team Balajina.
All
Thank
the
you.
best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Baladina, if possible, turn on your video now.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, good evening, one all present over here. So, now I'm going to say about the problems of the youngster's life. So, when a youngster gets home, he tries to look at the mirror and he says about what the problems in the front of the mirror, and he's trying to calm down the problems using the comb of his own, and maybe and they use the hanger for their hard work in their office, and they have um, doing many hard work for their daily life purposes. And I'll ask Kalpita to continue.
Sir, can you see my video, sir? Okay, sir, I will continue with my audio, sir.
Once again, Kalpita, once again. Is everybody else seeing Kalpita's video?
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Kalpita, why don't you just leave and join? I will pass the timer.
Okay, sir.
Leave and join. Kalpita, it's okay, ma, you can continue. Some technical issue in your phone, maybe. We are not able to see the video. So you can continue.
Okay, sir. So, warm greetings and good evening to one and all. My part of presentation is going to be about a small distinction between how the modern youngsters are now and how the youngsters were way back in 1860s and 1870s. The one example I have taken to mention about the difference is Mugalu Ramamritam Ammayar, who was born in 1883 at Tiruvarur district, and later she was brought up at Movalur, and that's why she was called as Movalur Ramamritam Ammayar. She was an Tamil social reformer, an author, and also a political activist. In 1930, there was an failure for abolition of Devadasi system by Muthulakshmi Reddy, and she took over by writing the novels, and she started publishing articles wherever she could. And on her memory, government of Tamil Nadu have started a marriage schemes called Muvalu Ramamritam Ammayar welfare scheme to provide financial support and to ensure that poor women are ready to do whatever they want. And this is what I wanted to share with you. She is one of the very good example for how a person could differentiate between passion, profession, and also show patriotism towards the country. Over to Brinda.
Sir,
Good
can you
data.
see my video, sir? Yes, ka, we are able to see your video, ka.
Thanks, doctor.
Unmute. நான் சொல்லும்போது unmute. Okay, Brinda, you can start.
So,
Good evening, everyone. So today I am going to say about Surya Sen. So Surya Sen is also known as Sarjun Sen, and he was Sojo Sen, and he was participating in Indian independence movement, and also he was an active participation, gave his participation in non-cooperation movement. So actually, he was best known for Chittagong Armory, right? So Armory means the place where weapons and bombs and some sort of military equipments, weapons are stored. So I'm considering that weapon as the cap which I have. And also, when you come to his, he was a teacher, and starting he started with a teacher, and he started dictating everything to him, and he was fond of saying the word humanism, so which I liked from him, and he was a very inspirational organizer too. And if you see, when he was studying BA in college, so he was selected as Indian National President of Indian Congress. So he was Indian National Congress, and in Chittagong branch. So he was, whenever he wanted, he would speech, and he led a he led a branch. So whenever he thought of saying the word humanism, so I'm simulating the whatever he had, like positivity and his spread of humanism. And also, even though he participated very less, he gave his participation, and comparing his positivity. I'm simulating the positivity to the container, because when we open the container only we come to know what is inside it. So actually, he opened the brain. As a teacher, he taught many. He taught a lot of things to them, and also has a responsibility man. He also worked for India. Thank you. It's continued by Dakshinanna.
So now Mitra will explain about Begum Hazrat Mahal, and let's see what she has to tell. Over to Mitra.
Thank you, Dakshinanna. And from our presentation itself, you could have seen and you could have observed that our presentation is all about women empowerment and how female fighters have fought to gain independence. Although there were many powerful female fighters who fought for independence, there were some significant people who were not even introduced in history books, and many were who are not known that much. So here I would like to speak about Begum of Awadh, that is Hazrat Mahal. So she belonged to a period where Rani Lakshmi Bai, that is commonly known as Jhansi Rani, belonged to, and she was one of the earliest female fighters who fought in the first war of independence. And she is more evenly known for the great revolt that happened in 1857. That is the Indian rebellion that happened in 1857. She was the one who was really fighting toward, and there were many significant kings and queens who fought over and who took part in the great revolt of 1857. Although it was a failure because many kings, many strong and powerful kings did not take part, unfortunately, because they were supporting the East India Company, that is the British people. These people put their full efforts to gain independence, and finally we are now free. And now I would like to ask Dakshina to continue.
Good. Nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can you see my video, sir?
Yeah, yes, Dakshin, clear video, okay.
So good evening, everyone. Today I'm going to be speaking about some female freedom fighters as well. First, let's talk about, let's start from our own place, Tamil Nadu. Now this horse toy, which you could see, it probably looks like a donkey toy, but it's actually a horse. So this horse toy represents something which is uncontrollable, and that was the rage of Velu Nachiyar. She and her commander-in-chief, who's lesser known, Quili, they both, devised a strategy in which Quili became the first known human bomb, and she went and she agitated the British by going into their one of their storehouses of weapons of ammunitions, and she immersed herself in ghee, and she set fire, and she set the whole British barracks afire because of her relentlessness. And then this hand sanitizer, when I say the word Gandhi, we all think about Mahatma Gandhi, but we don't talk about his own wife, Kasturba Gandhi. Without Kasturba Gandhi's support, Mahatma Gandhiji would not have been able to be successful in whatever he did. So this hand sanitizer, represents the contribution of Kasturba Gandhi. And we all know about Nehruji, but we don't, give the same recognition and acknowledgement to his own sister, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit. So this cocoa bottle, whenever we eat chocolate, we get happy. And she wrote a book called In the Scope of Happiness, in which she highlighted, all the, ill treatment which the British gave to Indians. So this represents the contribution of Pandit Jawaharlal Ji's own sister, Pandit Vijay Lakshmi. So these were some of the freedom fighters which we had for you. Let's start talking about them more so that our future generations may also remember and acknowledge their contributions. Thank you everyone for listening. And without them, we won't be able to sit freely and conduct meetings like this. So once again, thank you to everyone for listening, and thank you to the freedom fighters who have sacrificed so much for us. Thank you.
Yeah, you wanted to finish quickly.
So before the end of our presentation, I would also like to simulate the objects. Let us mention what are all the simulated objects. So yesterday after we ran for the race, what the objects which I have collected are this hockey stick, then this 12 cups and this blue cup. So I have simulated this blue cup as Hasrat Mahal, that is Begum of Awad. Then these 12 cups as the bravery and the intuitive politician that she had inside, and all her emotions, because she was very brave and courageous. She did not see that there are even more powerful queens than her. Okay, sir, fine. This was I represent this as a great revolt of 1857. Thank you, sir.
Time. So you stay there. I'll put your chair here so that you see. எனக்கு ஒரு தனி ஸ்பேஸ் கொடுத்துரு. Don't intervene in my space. நான் நிக்கும்போது நீ உட்காந்து. Okay, so Dakshin Siddharth, put your time. It's 10 minutes.
Okay, sir.
In the chair.
Very well done, Team Balaji.
Very well done, Team Balaji.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, so video presentations, an eventual video presentation, but technically it was not working out for Kalpita, but she was volunteering for video presentation, so I take it as a video presentation. Except Balaji, all the 4 members have made a video presentation. Well, video presentation always acts as a competitive edge because you are willing to show your body language when you are into the video presentation, so credit has to be given for that separately. There was a choice for Dakshit's team to do that as well, but maybe in the forthcoming presentation they can think of. So if Dakshit's team is earning a bonus for their prelude discussion before the session, then Team Balaji should earn the bonus for their video presentations. So now let us go for the analysis of the scores in the second round. We will speak about Team Dakshit. And we will take the same kind of parameter that we had yesterday, the criteria for the scores. So Team Dakshit's score this time around. Maze running, Team Dakshit is about 75 this time. Team discussion mark is inclusive of the bonus, so they get 88.
Thank you.
Time management, this time around, their time management was good. They always volunteer for less span of time. I would like to get an explanation on that. Curious to know. Dakshit, why does your team always bank in on only 6 minutes or 5 minutes? Why?
Sir, like the main motto of sticking up with less time is we shouldn't bore people who are listening, no, sir. To be short and crisp, sir.
Okay, right. Fine, fair enough. So time management, this time they stuck up with the time and they finished in 5 minutes and 24 seconds. So 78 this time, time management. This time Team Dakshit has really scored well. So teamwork in general, again, it was really good. People like Sibi was able to get motivated. Yes, when Sibi is put up into any team, all the elders try to motivate Sibi, but Dakshit did a different thing. That is, taking up an idea from Sibi himself and putting the confidence on such a little boy and trying to make a presentation that requires a lot of guts. So I really appreciate Team Dakshit on that point. And invariably, the other elders like Vishnupriya and Mridabashni have also accepted. And Aswathaman, you know how Aswathaman can create ideas. He is very thirsty and hungry in giving the ideas. So he has also come to a consoled way of accepting Sibi's ideas. So this teamwork in general has really put them in good shape. So 80 for that. And presentation with Sibi Adityan making very good elevation. Our personal length conversation wangla. No, I analyze. I read mind. I study voice, and I observe the body language. எல்லாமே நான் பண்ணுவேன். ஸோ ஒரு வாய்ஸில் பேசும்போது ரொம்ப கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக ஃபீல் பண்ணுறதுங்கிறது அப்பேரண்டாக தெரிஞ்சதுன்னு அது ஒரு நல்ல விஷயம். ஸோ இட் வாஸ் வெரி கம்ஃபர்டபுள். He sounded very comfortable with little, although it was little amount of speech that he made. So having said that, Aswathaman really did well during the teamwork. He was very active. Mridabashni, Vishnupriya were also doing really well, and Dakshit led in the front. The only slight kind of expectation mismatch was I expected Dakshit to speak a little bit more because I am looking forward to get more lively way of presenting from Dakshit. I am trying to train him on that point. So I don't have much time. I only have about 10 days. After 24th, he's again taking a break, which is an unfortunate thing. But 10 days. Again, if I see the 10 days as a large span, that's also a way of thinking. So Dakshit, you have to count on that particular point I'm saying. Okay?
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
So 86 for presentation. Dakshin Siddharth, Kalpita, Mitra. What's the score?
Sir, 407, sir.
407.
Very well done, team Dakshit.
Well done, team
Well
Dakshit.
done, Team Dakshitana.
Well done, Team Dakshit.
Thank you.
Well done, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, friends.
You're welcome. Now let's move on to Team Balaji. Team Balaji, maze running. Same 75 marks, no much time taken. Well, team discussion, Team Balaji has been really doing so well. Yesterday, towards the end of the class, they were very active. Talking about the freedom fighters and unsung heroes was a very impressive idea. I'm sure Dakshin would have given the idea. Am I right?
So both
Yes,
me and
sir.
Mitra, sir. Both of us
Okay,
have.
Mitra. Right. So I appreciate both of you for that. And speaking about, Kalpita made one presentation about a freedom fighter. Mitra made one presentation about the freedom fighter. Dakshin made a couple of people, and Brinda consolidated things. Again, leader Balaji did not do anything which has really slashed your performance, your team's performance. Just speaking 2 lines in the beginning. At least Dakshit, as a leader, came towards the end by giving the moral. You took 10 minutes time. In 5 minutes, if those 5 members were able to have their leaders speaking 2 times, in 10 minutes, imagine how many times your leader. I don't know what Balaji was doing. So, team discussion 83. Time management was good. Yes, speaking a lot of volume, connecting with all the objects, and speaking about such number of freedom fighters is very, very tough. So I would give a good credit for time management. So I give 82. Teamwork in general, again, Balaji did not make a proper presentation that has really made up a slashed amount. And I know, and you know how I would react when a leader is making a mistake. And there is always a scope of improvement. So teamwork in general, I am giving you 74. And presentation, well, there is no regrets about presentation. Brinda's energy, Mitra's agility, Dakshin's memory in what to speak and what to avoid, Kalpita's focus and streamlined way of explanation, and Balaji's introduction per se. So everything was really good. Mitra forgot to explain about her properties, and later she got special permission to explain about the property. That was not actually accepted. But in any case, that has not slashed down in the memory point of view. So, memory and presentation point of view. So, presentation, although they did really well, I would give about 89.
403, sir.
Okay, 403. Darshan, do you think that's the really deserving score for this round's performance, given the kind of efforts that you guys put in?
So no, sir, we expected more, sir, but it's our own mistake and we'll rectify. We'll take full responsibility for it and we'll rectify it in the next round, sir.
Good. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see. Round 3 is always available. And right now, this is Dakshit's round. It's like tennis match. First round was won by Balaji. Second round was won by Dakshit and 5 marks. And now the lead is, so keep a check on the grand total. So round 1 grand total, what was Balaji's round 1 grand?
Sir, 350, sir.
They are 753, sir. They are 752, sir. We have 1 mark.
1 second. 350 plus 403, right?
Yes, sir.
That makes
753, sir.
And the Dakshit?
Sir, Dakshit,
How much?
340 plus 403.
So 752.
Wait, Aswatthama. Dakshit, say the mark.
Sir, 345 in first round and 407 in second round, sir. That's 752, sir.
That's 1 mark lead. Again, Team Balaji. So 1 mark difference between the two teams. Okay. Right. Ready for team round 3?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please understand that in round 3, nobody should note down anything. You should have your own way of remembering things, because round 3's maze running is a little different. As I was explaining yesterday, you people are going to use your reasoning and logical ability. The same 6 minutes is going to be given for finding out your maze object. So, having said that, let me start with Team Balaji. Don't note down anything. The team members should not prompt anything. Whatever necessitated property I am saying to that person alone should remember.
Sir, each person one object.
Each person one object, and then you will make a presentation. Presentationக்கு வித்தியாசமான ஒரு ரூல் இருக்கு. அதை நீங்க கலெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு வந்த பிறகு சொல்லுங்க. உங்க மேஸ் ரன்னிங் முடிச்ச பிறகு நான் சொல்றேன். Balaji, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
So Balaji, your maze property will be something that is holding a combination of yesteryears and current years. பழைய காலம், புதிய காலம். இது ரெண்டையுமே merge பண்ற மாதிரி ஏதாவது ஒரு அம்சம் உள்ள ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்டை நீ எடுத்துட்டு வரணும், இல்லாட்டி காமிக்கணும். I repeat, something that has got the significance of both yesteryears and the current generation. Before you are explaining the maze product, you will have to explain the category also. நான் இப்ப சொன்ன the category explain பண்ணிட்டு அதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் நீ சொல்லணும். So that's something that you are supposed to be remembering. Got it, Balaji?
Yes, sir.
And additional point, I might ask Brinda what was Balaji's object, and I might ask Mitra what was Kalpita's product. So everybody should remember everybody's thing in your team, not in the opposite team, in your team. Don't note down and keep it in mind. Kalpita, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Kalpita, you are going to take an object from your house, get on to the maze exploration in search of a product that is male dominating, which contains male domination or male chauvinism, or something that is profoundly used by men so much. But yes, if you ask me, so female will not be using it. Yes, they will be using it, but it is used by the male on higher marginal number. So that's how it is. That's Kalpita's object.
Okay.
Got it, Kalpita?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, right. Brinda, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So Brinda, go for a maze exploration and try to find out something that is related to government and not government, sorry, I take the word back. Something that is related to, or something that is at least having a frame of reference towards freedom fighting. சுதந்திர போராட்டத்துக்கு சம்பந்தமான ஏதாவது ஒரு ரெஃபரன்ஸ் இருந்துச்சுன்னா அந்த ப்ராடக்ட்டை தான் நீ இந்த மேஸ்ல கண்டுபிடிக்கணும்.
Yes, sir.
Good. Dakshin, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Dakshin, something that is completely opposite and completely not to do anything with science, but purely to do everything with art, creation, visualization, and more of right brain sambandhappattathu. Science and left brain sambandhappattathu, science, maths ellaam, but right brain sambandhappattathu. ஒரு படைப்பு, ஒரு ஃபைன் ஆர்ட்ஸ், ஒரு விஷுவலைசேஷன், ஒரு கிரியேட்டிவ் திங்கிங் எபிலிட்டி அப்படிங்கிறதுக்கு சாதகமாக இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட்டை you will have to take.
Okay, sir.
Mitra, you're going to go for an exploration of this particular place, searching for something that helps nurturing the natural resources. இயற்கை வளங்களை அதிகப்படுத்துறதுக்கு, அதை துரிதப்படுத்துறதுக்கு யூஸ் ஆகக்கூடிய ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட். Living on to the natural resources. So team Balaji, freeze. No discussion, nothing. Sit down. Team Dakshit. I'm starting with leader Dakshit. Dakshit, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Dakshit, you need to go for a maze exploration to speak or to pick up a product that is so much westernized. And sir, in India, sir, use sir. Product. Something that is westernized, which can be ignored in India, and absence of which India can still survive, but people are still using, although it is westernized. You got to find such a product and you need to give an explanation.
Yes, sir.
Mridhuvashi, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் தெளிவா தெரிஞ்சு அதை யூஸ் பண்ணா அது பெரிய பெனிஃபிட் கொடுக்கும். ஆனா அலட்சியமா தெரியாம விளையாடுத்தனமா யூஸ் பண்ணா அது ஒரு டேஞ்சர். A product that which if used on a proper basis with proper level of self discipline can really give you lot of beneficial factors. But at the same time, if the product is not used and if it is used with an attitude of negligence and an attitude of very less knowledge, it might cause danger to you. Up to your product.
Okay, sir.
Vishnupriya, you ready?
Yes, sir.
An object that has really helped you and the people in family to develop some characteristics or at least develop some behavior. நல்ல குணநலன்கள் இல்ல நடவடிக்கைகளை வளர்த்துக்கிறதுக்கு உபயோகப்படுத்தப்பட்ட ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட் உன் ஃபேமிலியில. அது ஃபேமிலியில எல்லாத்துக்கும் யூஸ் ஆயிருக்கும். உனக்கு மாத்திரம் யூஸ் ஆயிருந்தா பத்தாது. An universal object in your house or in the maze place which has been really helpful for you to develop some characteristic or a value system or a behavioral mode of conduction. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sutaman?
Yes, sir.
A product that is basically considered as a waste or basically considered as useless by some people, but somewhere deep down inside you felt that it is very, very important. And அது useless மற்றவங்க அதை வச்சு என்னால் பெரிய விஷயங்களை சாதிக்க முடியும் அப்படின்னு ஒன்று யோசிக்க வச்ச ஒரு ப்ராடக்ட். That which has been considered as a very negligible and useless object in others' perspective, but in your perception, you have found it very, very magnanimous and it can fetch a lot of benefits in the future and for everybody's thinking as well. You have to find that product.
Okay, sir.
Sure. Right.
Sure, sir.
Last but by no means the least, Sibyalthan, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
A product that will reduce your beauty. உன்னுடைய அழகை அப்படியே சீஸ் கேக் மாதிரி லட்சணமா இருக்கிற உன்னுடைய மகத்துவத்தை உன்னுடைய அற்புதமான அந்த முகத்தை, உன்னுடைய அந்த அழகான செதுக்கி வச்சு அந்த ஷேப், ஹெர்குலிஸ் மாதிரி இருக்கிற அந்த பாடி, அது எல்லாத்தையும் நிலக்குலைய செய்யற ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட், ஒருவேளை அந்த ஆப்ஜெக்ட் தள்ளி வச்சா யூ வில் ஹேவ் த பியூட்டி. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட நீ கொண்டு வந்து ஓகே?
Okay, sir.
Beautiful. That's like a soldier. Good. All right, people. Your maze running is about to start. Again, 6 minutes. இல்ல கொஞ்சம் டைம் அதிகம் வேணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களா? Come on, make an opinion.
Sir, 6 minutes is fine, sir.
Sir, கொஞ்சம் டைம் அதிகமா இருந்தா நல்லா இருக்கும் சார், because I have an object upstairs, sir. So
எவ்வளோ? Be specific.
8 minutes or something. 8 minutes will be fine, sir.
So Team Dakshit, in that way you get an extra window of 2 minutes, although you are promisingly thinking that 8 minutes, 6 minutes is fine. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Enjoy the maze running. 3, 2, 1, go.
Sir,
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Good luck, everyone.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir.
Brinda, you call me? Or Asutaman?
Sir, both, sir.
Yes, Asutaman, tell me, what is it?
I actually found some, sir. Can it be two objects, sir? Almost familiar.
Yeah, no, I need only one.
Okay, sir.
Brinda, you hear me? All right, you people have to report exactly on time.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Team Dakshit, are you here? Everybody?
Sir, I guess everyone are here, sir.
Vishnupriya, Mridubhashini, are you here?
Yes, sir.
Asutaman?
Sir,
Okay.
here, sir.
Sibi Adityan, are you here?
Sir, he's still in the. Sir?
Okay. So, how about Balaji's team? Mitra is here. Kalpita, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Dakshin?
Yes, sir.
Brinda, have you come?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. Now, the before we go for the presentation, the explanation carries specific and special mark in this particular round because in the first round and second round, you have understood that it's only a kind of alphabet, so you are able to pick up things. But here, it is not like that. It has to be in a different way. So I need to first of all see if the object is approved or not. So now, what we are going to do is, we are going to see the things, or if you're not able to turn on the video, that's not a problem, it's fine. You need to explain. நீங்க கொடுக்குற எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷன்ல அப்ரூவ்டா இல்ல ரிஜெக்டடான்னு நான் சொல்லுவேன். If it is approved for one product, you'll get 20 points. So which means if all the 5 products are approved, the team gets 100 points for the product approval alone. அதுக்கப்புறம் presentation தனியா. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we will start. Last time we started the presentation with team Dakshit, and this time we will start the presentation with team Balaji. So I will be asking in a sequence and you are supposed to go for the sequence. First, I would like to ask a question. Brinda?
Sir,
Brinda, what was the category of product given to Dakshin Siddharth?
Dakshinana, sir.
Yeah. I'll tell you. If you don't know, you shall say pass.
So 1 minute, sir. Actually, I was searching for the object, sir. That time I forgot everything.
I can't give more time, Brinda. Okay, 20 seconds, quick. Okay.
Sorry, sir,
Pending.
I can't remember.
You can't remember. Kalpita, you have raised your hand and Mitra has also volunteered, but team earns 1 minus. So 1 minus, unfortunately, by Brinda. Okay,
Sorry,
so now,
team.
Brinda, I'm sorry, Kalpita,
Sir,
Solomon.
sir, the object should be something that is related to pure art, sir, and not science or maths, sir.
Okay, taken. All
Thank
right.
you, Mitra.
Balaji,
Yes, sir.
Balaji, what was the product entitled for Brinda?
Entitled for builders, sir. I think it's male domination, sir.
What is it?
Male domination, sir. That may something is used for male dominating men use pen is using for a long time, and it, and they're used for all this for only for men purposes. So male
Okay, no,
domination.
taken. Now, Kalpita,
Sir,
what is the one that was given for Balaji?
sir, the object for Balaji, it should be something that is related to both the old age and the present generation, sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
fine.
Mitra.
So question sessions for Team Balaji is Dakshit. What is it?
Sir, actually, I guess for Brinda, the topic given was something related to freedom fighter, sir. The male-dominated object is given for Kalpita, sir.
Okay, right. Our freedom fighter word use பண்ணல இல்லையா?
Sir,
Sir,
Balaji
Balaji
told only
said male
male-dominated.
dominant, sir.
இல்ல, something in me said that he was saying freedom fighter another one, but thanks for notifying things. So 1 minus by Balaji. Okay. Now let's go sequence by sequence. Questioning na Dakshit இத முடிச்சிட்டு வந்துறேன். அதுக்கப்புறம் Balaji's team will explain.
Okay, sir.
So I'm really sorry the dog howling sound. I cannot do anything. I've just remarked அவங்களுக்கு அது தெரியறது இல்ல. So hope it is not a disturbance for you.
No, sir.
Thank you.
No, sir.
Okay. Dakshit, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Mridubhashini, say what was given for Aswathaman.
So the product that is not useful or waste, like
Product that was not
useful or not used.
Seri. No, that's not complete.
Come on, Ka.
Come on, Madhuka, you can say Ka.
Come on, Ka, you can do it, Ka.
Don't panic, Mridubhashini. Come on.
Time. But Dakshit, you can say the answer, but however, Mridubhashini earns minus for the team. Yes, Dakshit.
Sir, object which is portrayed as an not useful object, but Ashwathaman finds it useful, sir.
That's the point. Second part is very important. She did not say that. Okay. Yeah, got it. Vishnupriya. It's okay. Vishnupriya.
Yes, sir.
What is the one that is given for your leader, Dakshit?
Sir, for Dakshitana, and he has to pick up an object that is westernized and that is not needed for India, but it is in use in India, sir. But they think that it should not be used.
Perfect. Taken. Good. Very good.
Thank you.
Sibi Adityan.
Sir,
Mridubhashini, நான் கொடுத்த object. Try to say. ஓரளவுக்கு க்ளோஸா வந்ததுனால you will get point. Come on. What was given for Mridubhashini? Okay, right. Anyways, little boy, so okay, Aswathaman, go.
Sir, for Mridubhashini Akka, it's given that she have to pick up an object that if used with good care, it will give a good result, sir. But if it used with negligence, sir, it will give a negative result, sir.
Okay, take it. Right. Fine. So Brinda and Balaji earned minus for team Balaji. Mridubhashini and Mridubhashini has earned for team Dakshit. Now, team Balaji. First, Dakshin Siddharth. Come on, say your category and present your object. Let me see if it is approved or rejected.
Yes.
Dakshit?
Sir, sorry to interrupt, sir. Is there any time limit for explanation of the object, sir?
Each person will get 1 minute, Dakshit. So
Okay,
a grace of 20 seconds can be given. So which means 120 for each person.
yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Dakshin, you can start. Your time starts now.
Yes, sir. So, good evening, sir. Thank you for letting me go first, sir. So, I found a lot of objects, sir. I'm going to showcase everything. So, you told that my category is something which is not related to science, but something which stimulates visualization, imagination, creativity in you when you see it. So, I have a lot of objects here, sir. It ranges from paintings to sketches to sculptures to illusions, sir. The first thing I have is this is the face of Lord Buddha, sir, and it's carved brilliantly, sir. So whenever I see it, I can visualize Lord Buddha himself, sir. And whenever I'm in a state of botheration, I always like to have the statue of Lord Buddha near me, sir. It makes me feel relaxed and it gives me a visualization that there is still peace in the world, sir. So this is one thing, sir, and you can see the eyes, the eyebrows all carved perfectly, sir. Sir, and one more thing which you mentioned is something that is not at all related to science and something that is a matter of creation, sir. So illusions can be the best way of doing that, sir. And it's my mom's drawing, sir. It's called the Impossible Heart. So it is drawn from the concept of a Penrose triangle, which is also called impossible triangle. And there are also sorts of geometric figures which cannot exist in the world, but they are pure works of creation, sir. So you could see a heart like this could never exist. So actually an illusion. So, but I really admire illusions. I've been able to. I've admired a lot of illusions. I go through illusions every day. So
10 seconds.
yes, sir. This is one more thing, and this is an apple, sir. It's again my mom's drawing, and I always admire these. And you can see rain droplets here, sir. It's a 3D model, sir. So this is one more thing. So I've shown 3 objects already, sir, and these 2 are paintings made from bright colors, sir. So they are not related to science, but whenever you see them, you get a good feeling inside you. So these are the 5 objects which I have.
Good job, good job. Time.
Well done, Dakshina.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, very much into the category. Very much into the categorical explanation, and Dakshin's products are approved, and his mom's drawings were pretty impressive. I really appreciate it. Approved. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Now, yeah. Let's get to the other side of the court. Let's go to Team Dakshit, and we will see Dakshin's best friend Dakshit saying things. Dakshit, you're on. Come on.
Sir, yes, sir. So,
3, 2, 1.
yes, I have taken the beauty serum and face cream, sir, which is westernized culture thing, which is not needed for Indians because like we have many things like aloe vera, shikakai, which helps in improving the beauty of women and as well as men. But they unfortunately they fall into these products of the companies, and the another product is the anti-aging cream, sir. Aging is actually a natural process, and something which blocks or which is opposite to the natural is something which is not to be supported, sir. And I don't like the description given for it, sir. Like it's given that by applying this cream, you may look younger more than 10, 10 years or 20 years, sir. That's a thing which is not acceptable, sir. Yes, sir. That's it.
Okay. Perfect. Yours is completely approved. Totally the thing that I expected. Good job, Dakshit.
Super. Well done, Dakshina.
Thank you, friends.
Team Balaji, 1 approval. Team Dakshit, 1 approval. Now again, we are coming back to Team Balaji. Brinda, come on. You're next. Say your category first and present your object.
Can you see me, sir?
Yes, we can see you.
Sir, first object when you said about freedom fighters, sir, I didn't get any object, sir. Even I didn't get a flag, Indian flag, sir. So, but even I remember when school, sir, actually we have in Independence Day on stick, sir. So I prepared a board for them, sir. So it's like a flag. Actually, it is full of damage, sir. But actually, for protest, they will use this, sir. So commonly, they will do in white cloth, sir, and they will write it in white cloth, sir, and also they will use like cardboard board and they will make for protection. So other one is miniature, sir. It's like small kind, sir, but actually that pen stand with paper, sir. Actually, they will use in olden days a person or a very big person will use letter, not pen, sir. They will use like peacock feathers, sir. So that time, actually, in their pen stand, actually there will be a paper, sir. So actually, I thought of taking it.
Brinda, please explain your category one more time.
Sir, related to freedom fighters, sir.
How is this pen stand that you showed is related to a freedom fighter?
Sir, no, actually, sir, no, olden days when freedom fighters, sir, actually they will write even permission or any other letters, sir, in the peacock feathers, sir. So whenever I see this pen stand, sir, actually in that days, my mom will actually I have that bunch of peacock feathers in this one because I. Yes.
Rani Lakshmi Bai wrote in that, sir. I saw
Okay. Approved, Brinda. Well done. Thank you.
Well done, Brinda.
That peacock feather
Well
analogy
done,
is
Brinda.
really very admirable. I appreciate it.
Well done, Brinda.
Well done, Brinda.
Thank you,
Two
everyone.
approvals in Team Balaji. Now let's get back to Dakshit's team. Mridubhashini from Team Dakshit will now explain the category and present the object.
So I took the object that my category is that, sir, the product that is used carefully will give the positive impacts, and the product that is the same product which is not used in a proper manner it will give some disadvantage to the person who is using the product, sir. My product is cell phone, sir. Nowadays, due to this pandemic situation, every single small children are having cell phones with them, and due to that their eyes are getting affected, and when continuously we are seeing cell phones, when we are exposed to cell phones or screen timing, our brain will get some the capacity of brain will be reduced, sir. So we should not use cell phones as much as, and we should always in a schedule planning for using cell phones, sir. So we should only use it for a proper manner, and we should not use it in not in a negligence way and all, sir.
Please explain your category once more, Mridubhashini.
The product that is used properly or carefully will give positive impacts, sir. But if it is used in a bad way or with a negligence manner, it will give bad impacts, sir.
Dangerous impact, right?
Yes, sir.
சமையல் ரூம்ல இருக்கிற கத்தி எடுத்துக்கலாம்ல.
Yes, sir. I said this category to my mother, sir. My mother also told that only, sir. But I said this phone will be only the correct thing to tell here, sir.
Okay. Approved. Good explanation. Well done.
Well done, Vidika. Thank you. Thank you.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, Daksh. Thank you, friends.
Well done, Mridubhashini.
Thank you, Balaji.
Sister. Oh.
Well done, Ka.
Thank you,
Right.
everyone.
Team Balaji is now okay. 2 approvals. Dakshit, Mridubhashini approved. By Dakshin Siddharth, Brinda's products approved. Now back to Team Balaji. Mitra.
Sir, I wasn't able to take the topic, so I.
You have put up the picture.
Yes, sir. Now
Yes.
the camera can come to look at the camera. Sir,
What is this?
sir, இது trying to sir நான் explain பண்ணிடுறேன் sir. Category explain பண்ணிட்டு சொல்லிடுறேன் sir. இது suppose இதாகனா இது ரெண்டையுமே எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கு. So sir, this is the first thing sir, the main thing that I got for my category sir. My category is the thing or an object that nurtures the natural resources sir. So natural resources are normally like the minerals and the ores that we have and also water sir. So I consider water as the biggest natural resource that we have sir. So this is one of the oldest method of rainwater harvesting sir. So this has been known for ages from since we so it was about in 1990 when you got here in this home sir, and from that time it has been there and it is one of the method for rainwater harvesting sir. So when it is raining it can capture water and it can save water sir. So it is and I also got other two objects sir. So normally we have steel and everything as one of the natural resources sir. So what in whichever way we use the minerals and all.
Steel is natural resource.
Sir, no sir, abundant resources that are available sir. So steel is one of the abundant resources that are available everywhere sir. So I thought this, if that is not accepted, this could be accepted sir. So maybe instead of nowadays many people are making layers using silicon materials and plastics sir. So instead of that if we use these much, there won't be much use of plastic and it won't make the nature devastating one sir.
Okay, so I cannot accept this ladder, but I can approve the old vintage vessel that we use. Yes, that's about age-old thing, and that is used for drip irrigation facility around the planting, and that was used by my dad. Now that is used by my mom. So that is nurturing the natural resource. Approved.
Thank you sir.
Right, thank you.
Well
done, Mitra.
Thank you Ka, thank you Shivya.
Last series, steel and natural resources.
Sir, steel area while this is abundant natural resource. One of them.
Okay, now 3 approvals in Team Balaji. Now let's get back to Team Dakshit. Sutaman.
So, okay, sir. One second, sir. Sir, you can see my video, sir.
Noda.
Now, sir.
No, தேவையில்லாத நேரத்துல உன்னோட வீடியோ ஒர்க் ஆச்சு, தேவையான நேரத்துல ஒர்க் ஆகல. பரவாயில்ல, it's okay. You go with the audio. Yeah, now it's okay.
My is this broken helmet, sir. My category was actually object that is being thought as useful for me, but not for some people in my family. So how it's thought as useful for me as I can use this as an artwork. Like when I strap this belt, and then I can strap over it and make cardboard bullets and then strap it back again. Then I can use it as a commander helmet or as also as a club by my artwork. Also as an a big hat of a lady. I can use this for playing of kids in my home, and also as a carrier for my small staff. I can use this for my safety or as my wrist movement exercise. Or also as an use some materials like cardboard to make convert this as a script or a double barrel shotgun or even a.
Can you explain the category verbatim?
Sir, my categories that I can use for my it's useful for me, sir. Product that is useful for me. Not as important for my in my family, sir.
Dakshit?
Yes, sir.
Dakshit, as a leader, Aswathaman missed a crucial part of the category. There was one key word that was used in the category. Can you figure out what the key word was?
Sir, a product which is portrayed as uh, portrayed as not useful by others and which is specifically useful for him, sir.
But there was a word, Takshit, அந்த வேர்டுக்கு வந்து இப்ப அஸ்வத்தாமன் காமிச்ச ரெண்டு ஆப்ஜெக்ட்டுமே சத்தியமா கனெக்டட். Anybody else in Dakshit's team?
Sir, me, sir.
Ah.
Sir, he has to pick an object considered as useless by others and it's useful for him, sir.
அதான் தக்ஷித்து சொன்னா நான் இல்லைன்ட்டு நீ மறுபடியும் அதையே சொல்லிட்டு இருக்க. Anybody else in Dakshit's team? Okay. Team Balaji, Mitra and Kalpita. You both decide who is going to say first.
Sir, Mitra will say, sir.
Thank you, sir. The thing that is considered as a waste object, sir, by the family members, but he considers it as a useful object.
Kalpita, you are trying to say this or you have a different version?
Yes, sir. The word was in his perception it should be useful, sir. But in his family members' perception, it was waste, sir.
Exactly. அவ்வளவு ஸ்ட்ராங்கான ஒரு கிளப், ஒரு ஸ்டிக், அப்புறம் ஒரு சைக்கிள் ஹெல்மெட் வேஸ்டா?
Sir, my family members thought that it will not be much useful, sir. So it can be, it's as a waste for me, sir.
I said waste. இது வேஸ்ட், இது வேண்டாம். பெர்ஹாப்ஸ் ஒரு பழைய புக்கு அதை வந்துட்டு நீங்க லாஃப்ட்ல போட்டுட்டீங்க. அதை எடுத்துட்டு வந்து இந்த புக்ல இருக்கக்கூடிய சில பேஜஸ்ல சில வொக்காபுலரி எனக்கு யூஸ் ஆகும்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா 100% அப்ரூவ்.
Sir, my helmet,
listen, keep your mouth shut and listen. Listen பண்ணி பழகு. நான் சொல்லி முடிச்சது வரைக்கும் லிசன் பண்ணு. A piece of cloth, maybe they consider it as a waste, but you use that cloth, they are not even touching it, but you use that cloth for wiping your system or a laptop screen or your phone screen. That's in the recycling mechanism. அந்த மாதிரி கிட்டத்தட்ட 1700 ரூபாய் கொடுத்து வாங்கின ஹெல்மெட், அப்புறம் look at that stick, that's very sturdy. அதை வச்சு ஒரு வைல்ட் அனிமலை கூட டேக்கிள் பண்ணலாம். சிலம்ப மாதிரி இருக்கு, சிலம்பத்தை விட அது அருமையான ஸ்டிக் அது. In fact, one of the most important resources that could be present in your house. Adha eduthu nee ipdi solra. Now you can say your explanation.
Sir, actually my mother thought of putting my helmet in the dustbin, sir. Really,
No.
sir.
That is because of your tantrum that you've thrown and she has become frustrated. That is why. Avanga kovathla apdi sollirpaanga. As much as what I have known about your mother, she is not a person who will throw a costly affair. She is very valuable about the things. அவங்கள பத்தி எனக்கு தெரியும். So பரவாயில்ல, அதை பத்தி நம்ம எதுக்கு பேசிட்டு. I'm sorry, your products are rejected. You got to think again. So Dakshit's team earns a rejected product. Now, but the explanation was fine, but you did not understand things properly. In any case, but you can make it up in the presentation part. Mistakes happen, don't worry. Now, Team Balaji. Kalpita, you're on.
Okay, sir. So, sir, my object and the category of my object should be a material or an object that is most often used by males, sir, and it is male dominant and not mostly used by women, sir. So initially I thought of picking up an electronic device, sir. Not electronic device in the sense that that is used to measure current and all, sir. So I found out power indicators, sir. I have always seen it used by my father more often than my mother, sir. And also when it comes to electronics and degrees like that, sir, we don't often see females taking the courses like that, sir. Mechanical, plumbing, electronics and all, sir. So I thought this would be a perfect object, sir, and so I have taken a power indicator, sir.
Okay, so that's taken because normally electronic items and something that is very much into the power range and something that uses, overlapping electricity and all that, female people will not use that much. Product approved. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
We'll come to Team Dakshit. So Vishnupriya, you're on.
Yes, sir. So can you see my video, sir?
One second.